Sadowski here. First stop of the South Carolina bus tour here on Tuesday. Everybody else is up north. We are warm, 65, 70 degrees, although we got a little bit of fog. But we're here in Greenville. Great packed house in the Stack's Omega Diner. We're kicking off today with a CNN American Morning from diner to diner. Karen Chetry up in New Hampshire. We're down here in South Carolina. We're heading from here to Lexington and on to Camden and into Columbia. So it's kicking off a real strong day. Looking forward to about 11 days here in South Carolina. Real strong finish here in the Palmetto State for their primary coming up in a week from this Saturday.
Doesn't mean that some of our military and some of our intelligence people are not working behind the scenes together. That's an optimistic point to make. And let's just hope that together we can have the information we need to make the right decisions. But Iran's a major threat. Have been for a long time. They've been killing our people for years. They've been operating through Hezbollah and these other terrorist organizations and doing whatever they can to disrupt us. Iraq, what's going on in Lebanon. Right now they're fueling all of that through Syria.
Plan to restore America's image and standing as a positive world power.
All right, good question. Restore America's image as a positive world power. Well, let's talk about the things we can do and things we can't do. The things we cannot do is become a second-rate power. People would think a lot more of us if we were a second-rate power. We're the big kid on the block. We are the freest, most prosperous, most successful country in the history of the world. That carries with it certain responsibilities we are to always turn to. I think that we pretty much made pretty good decisions as being a force for stability and democracy in the entire world. It's made us stronger and safer too. But when we started out this little adventure here in the United States of America, there weren't any democracies. And now most of the people of the world are governed by democracies of some form or another. That's progress in the right direction. We played our part in that. After World War II, we were the force for stability and freedom in the world. A lot of people didn't go nuclear, like our friends in Japan or some in the Middle East and so forth, because of the broad umbrella they felt like that covered them, because of the strength and the wisdom of the United States of America. So that carries with it certain responsibilities. That carries with it a certain amount of envy as the big kid on the block. We see respites in that from time to time. When something happens in Kosovo, in the backyard of Europe, which is spending less and less of its economy, of the various countries, on their own defense, relying more and more on America while they get all this criticism from them, and then something happens in their own backyard, they have to come to us through NATO to come over there and deal with that problem. We weren't accused of being terribly arrogant or have a bunker mentality during that period of time. Didn't get United Nations approval either to do it. So the reality is some things you cannot change. What you can change is to make sure that you use that power wise. People talk about preemption and preventative measures now, and unilateralism and things of that nature. We've got to use the kind of power that we have now wisely, but we've got to understand that we've made a transition in this country. We no longer have the one big threat, the Soviet Union, with the one big weapon. We face a proliferation of terrorist organizations, and Al-Qaeda heading them up.
Hey, this is Jeff Sadowski. Day 2 of the South Carolina bus tour. We're just giving Fred Await visitors a little update. We're here in Sumter, South Carolina, outside Ginyard Diner. We're broadcasting live with the local radio host inside right now. Senator Thompson's talking about Social Security, talking about the war on terror, talking about lower taxes and smaller government. We're headed from here to Florence, then down to Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle. Gonna drop by a South Carolina Republican Party fundraiser, help them raise a little money and meet a lot of Myrtle Beach voters. We're real excited. Day 2 is going well, and I think maybe sooner or later you're going to see some of the other candidates heading south, but we wised up a little earlier than they did, so we're looking forward to another good day here in South Carolina. Thanks, guys.
United and strong, and rebuild our military, rebuild our intelligence capabilities, shore up our homeland security, spend more proportionately than we are now. That's another bit of hard news that people need to hear. We're getting by a little bit on the cheap right now. And people think when Iraq is over with, we can take all that money and put it into social programs. No. If you look at what we're spending now to defend ourselves as a percentage of our economy, it's not high, it's low. And we're going to be facing new threats, new terrorist threats, Al-Qaeda leading the list, rogue nations in various levels of development of nuclear weaponry, whether you're talking about the North Koreans, whether you're talking about the Iranians, that's the direction they're going in. We, as a big umbrella since World War II, have kept a lot of people from going in that direction, a lot of friendly people, because they know the power and strength of the United States, that they can rely on that.
As long as we are eating.
Doing my thing. I used to be taller before I got into politics. They beat me down.
He'll do that.
Thanks for being here.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Could you, can I have a picture of my husband with the next president of the United States?
Absolutely.
Tell the advance guys.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi.
How are
I'd like
you?
to get a picture with my daughter.
Yes,
She did
ma'am.
picture on you. She did a web page, a campaign slogan, podcast, and a commercial.
I hope that's
We're going to take you back with us on the bus.
So she wants very hard to run till about
You
12:30.
did? Shoot, I need a copy of that. I could fire some of these guys if you'd have to come along and help.
The best choice for America, the best choice for president.
Wonderful. Thank
I'm so glad you got one.
I'm Bethany Willoughby. We're in Camden, South Carolina, and I just saw Fred Thompson. And I believe that if I could vote, I would vote for him because he's going to be tough on security, affordable health care. He's pro-life, all the issues that I believe in and that I believe should be important to America.
Have fun. These guys have been waiting for you too.
Thank you for doing it on the local newspaper.
Oh, wait a minute. We can do better. All right, now take a picture.
Yeah, no, I take it.
Thank you.
There you go. This ain't my first rodeo, buddy. No,